unschoolers, homeschoolers with the younger children or even with older children, you can share your responses to um, Ganga's question. How are you doing it? The idea is not, Ganga, that there is one answer. In fact, if you meet 10 families,
Okay.
hopefully you will get
Mm-hmm.
10 different answers. And that
Okay.
makes you 10 times richer,
Yes.
right? So let's ask different people,
Sure.
how does Shakila does it? How does Preeti does it? And so many more. Um, uh, th- that would be really nice. Yeah. Please go ahead and share others. How are you doing?
Hi, Ganga. If I have not heard it wrong, your
Hello.
child is 2.5 years old, right?
Can be 3 this April.
I suppose your child is already like if she is an open learner already. Well,
Mm. So what
that
do we
means
do during
she's
the day?
Sorry, your voice is still breaking, Ganga. We're not able to hear you clearly. Yeah, Preeti. Yeah, you can carry on. You're saying something. I think we No, you don't need to think about the age. I think that's not the idea. You see how you work with your daughter or your child, whatever age. Let's forget this age business. Yeah, let's just stay with how each one of us is doing or whatever one is doing as a family. We can just share. Yeah.
so I think it is more to do with our own selves that we have to kind of unlearn that, and we have to kind of give it away that idea of all the time that they have to do something, then that means they're doing something. So it's like their observation, the way they do things, and they just see things around and they're learning. So there is nothing like they have to do something, then only they're doing. I don't know. Means in our at our place, like it's uh, for us, it was more of our daughter is 11 now, and um, at as a family, we are together. We do things together, and at times we do things our own things, and we do not bother who is doing what. And um, so it's like we learn in our own ways, and we just let it be. And you know, okay, that means please you have to take over. I'm not in the frame of mind.
I'll just add to square thing.
Yeah.
So Ganga, the point here is like it's not about what you should be doing for your child. It's about what you want to do. So you just continue with your daily chores or whatever. It's like that. If you are going out in the market or XYZ, and the child will follow. Child is observing. Child is looking. So that as Preeti said, it's not necessarily like child has to be doing something or making something or particularly doing some sort of structured sort of a learning. That's not needed. The process is already on inside. So this is a phase where child is just observing and looking around and seeing things, and somewhere where she finds something is fascinating, she'll definitely draw you to it. And so that's how as a family you can work together. Uh, so I would invite kids not work with the mindset of you have to provide something. Rather, just go ahead with your daily routine, and the child will follow gradually. So that's how it happens. Because because our daughter is like 11 now, and that 3 years age bracket is like far away from now. But yeah, I remember like with my child at that time, we used to travel a lot. We used to move around. We would go to parks. We would like interact with people. We used to play together. We used to dance together, sing together. It was like just whatever you do in normal day to day thing. That's how it is. So you don't have to specifically, work on any structure or any sort of a curriculum sort of a thing where you have to kind of do this.
Yeah. Anybody else would like to share how you go about, irrespective of the age. Um, there's so many of us here. So it's interesting to know how different people look at their journey.
Hello. Yeah.
Yeah, Shampa.
So, yeah, my daughter is 3 years old. So, few weeks ago, I had asked the same question from you, if you remember, what to do. Now, once I listened from one seminar I attended, and once I listened from you and the group, my full and the second day, the upcoming week, the relation with my daughter was changed. Now I have observed that first of all, I was very relieved. I was not feeling what should I do tomorrow. I was very relieved, and now I wanted to see what she is doing. I have observed that whatever I am doing, she's following me. Like if I'm quick cooking, she sits next to me and she gives me this is carrot. She keeps on talking with me, and I felt like my friend is with next to me. So all over the day, sometimes she says something which I don't know where she has learned. The main thing is, first of all, I'm free, so I don't here and there, I don't scold her, I don't keep worried. So my talk to her, my relations with her and every family member has improved. I tell now to other members, please don't instruct her. Let her do whatever, or let it go. Let's see what happens. So first, it was very difficult. I can tell Ganga from my point of view, it is very difficult to think there is nothing to do. It took me 1 week that there is really nothing to do. I can go whatever I can do, and gradually it will take time for her also to follow that nothing is kept for her. So once she will know that nothing is there for her, she will pick up what to do. That's what I felt for my child. Now she tells me I will color. Now I will go park. The thing is, you told me actually you be free, be available. So that's what I have done. I do my work, but be available to her. When she asked me, can I take me to park? So if I am cooking, I said it is not possible to me now. I'll take you to the evenings. Take it to the evening. She also listened. So this is how happened to me. I just shared to Ganga because 2.5 and just last week my daughter because that's how. Yeah, over to you. Hello.
Yeah, thank you, Shampa. That is so
Start.
amazing. Yes, thank you.
Am I
Thank
audible?
you.
Yes, you're audible. You're very clear, and it was so nice to hear how you have kind of moved into that zone. Um, yeah. Also, if I think what Champa was also indirectly was saying that Ganga, if your daughter is bored, that's good news. Let her be bored. Boredom is awesome. Boredom brings us to start looking at everything as what else I want to do. If we are trying to satisfy somebody who is bored, then we are taking their boredom away. But we don't need to take boredom away. Boredom is amazing. Boredom is the driver to explore, do different things, enjoy different things which we wouldn't have. Somebody else says necessity is the mother of invention, and I say as a corollary to that, boredom is an equally important necessity to invention of music, of creativity, of so many things actually. So please let boredom be. That is what I would say.
And I would say laziness is the mother of innovations.
Yes. More thoughts. Please don't get restricted by ages. If you are doing unschooling, homeschooling, whatever age, please share. Um, it always helps different people. Shakila, you want to share a little? Um, uh, I don't know everybody in the group, so I'm just inviting everybody. Yeah, Shakila.
Sorry, I missed the question because I was not here for some time. So.
Sure. I think it's not a question. We are just sharing how we do kind of our journey with our children. Um, that's the I brought in the question. Ganga was asking specific to her daughter, what should I do for my 3-year-old? So either you can respond directly to that question or say, this is what we do. It is for her to see what she wants to pick from each of our journey. Yeah.
Okay. So maybe I'll share what I do. So, so there are two kids of different ages. So, it's basically I don't have to be with doing anything for them. I usually connect with what they are doing. So what they're sharing is what I most of the time connect with these days. So there are different milestones I've reached. So this is where I am. So for example, one of the mornings, my younger one woke up and he started rolling this acupuncture, this roller. He was like, why is it so pokey? So why is it not soft? Because it has to be soft on my skin. Then we started exploring about nerves, nervous system. So this is how. And then he started, he was eating dosa, and then he started making pieces out of it and started talking about, okay, this is quarter, this is half, this is full, and this is too full, like that. So he was learning fractions. So I basically connect with or work with them, and in what they are connecting to are asking always. So that's how my journey goes. And some of the times it is also about you know exposure, and also as a family how we work together so that everyone has their self time and all those. So that's how we work. Yeah.
Thank you. Okay. We can, I don't know, Ganga, if you've got all your answers, but the only thing I would say is just keep meeting more families, online, offline, however, because each family would be doing in their own way and each is beautiful, right? There is no one way of doing anything. And in any case, in your journey, you'll also keep changing. And your child will also keep changing, and the whole thing will keep changing, and the world is also changing. So everything is changing. So don't bother about this this question in a way. Just enjoy, I would say. Just enjoy your time with your daughter, as Shampa was saying, right? Okay, so Archana has also put in a question. She's saying she has an 8-year-old who just reads all the time. Okay. And she's okay. So Archana is going through what is nowadays called as FOMO, fear of missing out. Um, um, we call it the opposite of FOMO. Archana is JOLO. Have you heard of JOLO? If you have heard of FOMO, FOMO is fear of missing out, which is what your fear is. That is she missing out? Is she's only reading? And we say joy of leaving out, which means there is so much joy in what I do so that I can leave out the rest of the things. In any case, nobody does everything in the life. So that's all right. So it's absolutely fine, according to me, at least. I don't know what others think, that if your child is only immersed in one thing, we have had so many children of different ages immersed in only one thing or only two things and not looking at the rest of it. And this age of 7, 6, 7, 8, they are focused on their interest. They are not 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And the phase changes. After some time, the phase will be different. Maybe a year later, you will tell a different story of your daughter. Or it may be the same story. I can't say that, but I'm just saying that's the beauty of that age, I guess. Yeah. So, but others can also respond to Archana's question in the chat if you want to share any thought. And we can also have more questions.
Yeah, Archana, I can relate to your question because our daughter, when she was that age, around 7, 8, she would be like in the books all the time. Like she would keep reading. And we had the same thing, like like we had to actually pull the book out of her hand. That was the kind of scenario. But now gradually, I think that phase, it's not that she has stopped reading, but now she has found some new interest as well, and she's more focused and she's more devoted and spending more time into that. Like she's more into Malcolm now, and she is like making videos. So she's shifted to other things as well as she has grown. So I think it's a phase, and with the time that things change, interest change, probably they get exposed to something new, and the direction of their liking probably changes. Few things they drop, few things they kind of put it at pause, and they pick up new things. So I think it's okay, like as long as it's fine. And yeah, love, you can keep talking if you have a particular concern regarding that. You can share with her, you can talk with her, and probably again look at doing what you can do more as a family. So that's all I think one can do.
Archana, I'm also reminded of me being 8 years old, or not just eight, I think almost till about 12, 13 years. I used to just play. You won't believe it, whole day I'll be outside the house. It was like next to impossible to get me inside the house. It was next to impossible to get me to do homework and classwork. At that time, I was in a regular school. I went through conventional education. But I would not do anything. I would only play, play, play. And only around 13 or 14 years, maybe, yeah, around ninth standard, I think, I started reading. Eighth, ninth standard, I actually started reading in the sense of reading books and storybooks. But before that, it was just play, 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 play whole day. So I guess it's all right. It is, you will not miss out anything. Please don't worry about that. Uh, so how to get rid of our fears? Well, I will tell you a very simple way to get rid of your fear. Okay, have faith in the child. So you would say either I can keep faith in the child or faith in the child's capabilities, or I can keep fear. Now you decide between fear and faith. If you like fear more, please keep it. That's a nice thing. If you like faith more in your child, please keep that. So you decide between the two. Because both is a deadly combination, because that just keeps putting pressure on ourselves and keeps putting pressure on the child. When we start having fear also, and we want to, kind of have faith also. So then we are neither here. If you at least have only fear, then you can at least enjoy your fear and say, okay, I'm fearful. Otherwise, you can just have faith that the child will, in his own or her own way, evolve as an individual. At least that's how I've seen um, in so many children. I would have worked with at least what, 13, 14,000 children by now. I've been with children for the last 20 years, more than 20 years actually. Uh, and children just evolve. They evolve in so many different ways. Forget children evolving. We evolve in so many different ways over the years, right? So if everybody evolves. So I think that's what I would look at it. Right. Okay. More questions, thoughts, sharings, anything would do. Uh, this is, as I said, this is very informal. You have to drive this with your thoughts and questions.
Hi, am I audible?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Nivedita.
So my child he's 6 years old.
Mhm.
He was in a like part of a school for 1.5 months, but then yeah, there was a lot of adjustment issues, and finally he said that he doesn't want to go to school. So it took us a lot of guts to actually take him out of the school and go for homeschooling. But then we thought that whatever, like we'll do homeschooling where we will follow the books, the syllabus that the school has, but there's no more flexible manner in the way. But eventually we see that he likes reading, he likes books, but he doesn't like studying, as in, like doesn't like subjects, math, science. So definitely he likes playing the whole day. He will play with friends, he will do everything. He'll read storybooks of his choice. Like we have our own setup. We go to a library where he can choose books. But he doesn't like subjects. So you're talking about fears. Like as a like for starter, I've just started homeschooling. I just feel that maybe I keep pulling him to do his subjects at least for some time, and I keep negotiating with him. But if given a choice, he would not do any subjects. He would just play. So I have the fear that he should at least what a 6-year-old should know. Or I keep trying to teach him all those stuff, but then yeah, if given a choice, he would leave all this math, science, everything, and just be on his own. Like every day, so we have a fun day. So it's fun day means no study day. So every day he wants to have a fun day, but I have fears that can every day be a fun day for the child with I mean, I know that's how it is supposed to be, but then internalizing it and actually practicing it is something I don't know. I mean, I'm still in that journey, I think. But then, yeah, every day he wants to have a fun day with no subjects day, as in, but yes, it's not that he doesn't like books, he likes books, but then yeah, this studying, writing, is something that he hates it to do. But then I keep pulling him to do that. I don't know how, I need to. I think I attended one of your sessions where I need to talk more and more to people who are actually practicing this. I think then maybe I'll be able to, because then what happens, I'm also not in one part, and sometimes I confuse him also because I know what I'm supposed to do, but in practice I'm not doing that at times. So yeah, I mean, that's what it's right now for me.
Shakila, you take this one.
Oh, Matt, yeah, I want to take it. So I think, Nivedita, I was also in your place where I was asking my son to, the elder one. So I had got math, even after we started open learning journey, I had got math books for him, and I was like, I used to practice, okay, this week you practice this week you practice this. So that never used to happen. But we were always in a fight, like, okay. I was also in a, when I explored more on that, it was actually because of my fear that he has to reach somewhere, say by every year or by when he becomes 15 years or 16 or 17 years. That was what. So I was not working with him on where he is on his current state of mind, but I was working on the fear of 15 years later. So when I realized this, okay, then by when he's able to do, but definitely he was doing a lot of amazing stuff at that point wherever I was. Um, when I realized that, okay, when he's able to do something now, 15 years later, he might be doing something different, which he could more relate to, and he will definitely do in his own way, do well in his own way. And to add to that, okay, so that fear of future was what was making me do that. So I don't think we have to have fear, because they will reach somewhere wherever they want to. And practically, I mean, my younger son has never been to school. The elder one has been to school for till he was second grade. So he had done all this math and all. So he has been actually told, like, okay, first start with numbers and then addition and all those. So he learned it in maybe second grade or third or something. I mean, he didn't go to third grade, but maybe later in, like, when he was 8 years old or something. But my younger one, who's like 5 years, he's never been to school. I had never taught him anything, numbers or anything. He does fractions now. He's 5.5. So if you're able to let them, relate to whatever they are connected to, they will learn, I mean, not in stages, as per our, norms. They will learn as per their norms. It could be faster or slower, whatever. Yeah. But we just have to be with them.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
it does.
others.
Yes, please.
Sorry, go ahead, Nivet.
No, go ahead, Ratnesh.
No, I was just inviting others who want to share their own journey, and yeah, I was just inviting others. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that was sure like very helpful way. I mean, I need to have that kind of clarity and what, uh, yeah, I mean, I need to, I think, discuss more and get, because this is something I know that is right, and there's so many examples in front of us. But yes, as you said, you have to go with my child's expectations rather than what I expect.
Yeah, more people want to share. Please share. Yes, please. Please introduce yourself.
Hello, hi. Hello, everyone. My name is Barun, and this is not the first time I've been on Aarohi. It's been a long, long time, and I apologize for not being around for more than a year. I'm calling in from Darjeeling, West Bengal, and it's a little cold over here, so bear with me. I've just lost my father as well, so we're still in the mourning process. So, all right, my child, we were homeschooling for from ever since she was young, and just this year there were 2 or 3 deaths in the family, and I was unable to give that time to my child, and as a result she also wanted to interact with other children, and so I put her into a Montessori, and that's the only kind of school that I would ideally accept as a decent, background for education and grooming and grounding and all that. But I still allow her to, develop on her own. She takes up music and all that. So I'm actually very interested. So I would really like to come down to Aarohi with my daughter. I want to spend time over there. Aarohi is something that is very close to me. Ever since I discovered it, it's very aligned to what I think education should be. Plus, there's a lot more that I'd like to maybe speak to those who are at Aarohi. And I'd like to, Ratnesh or anybody over there, if you could let me know as to how best to go about, getting myself from where I'm here to where you all are down there. Is there how to go ahead and, maybe book a slot? Because, that's something that I'm now really looking forward to. So if I'm open to how, any kind of suggestions such that I can get to where you all are.
Sure, Barun. Welcome back, and yes, that's a wonderful thought that come over as a family, stay with us in our campus. I've already shared the quick link to the exactly as you said. Just block a week, and you can even extend if you want more than a week. The idea is that when we kind of experience this together. So this invitation is for everybody here in this call. Please, if you would like to, please come, stay with us. Nothing like experiencing it firsthand with children, with other families, rather than meaning talking is good, but nothing beats experiencing it and being together and enjoying. Like how Ganga is asking, how do 5-year-old learn fractions? Ask Shakila's 5-year-old son, and he wouldn't know that he's learning fractions, but he's learning in his own way. And ask my 19-year-old, and he will say, what is fraction? He doesn't even know what is fraction at 19 because he never studied fractions or whatever, learned fractions the way fractions are supposed to be. Though at 19 he does a lot of different things. He's now into digital marketing and so on. So so that's the beauty. So yes, Barun, please plan as and when it fits in with your other schedules, and you're most welcome as a family. Come stay with us and everybody else also. Uh,
Are there hi
yeah,
Ratnesh.
yeah,
Are
yeah.
there any things that we need to bring? As a guide, everything's there on your website, right? So I'm going to go through that. And if I have any
Yeah.
questions, is there a way that I can reach out to you all directly?
Yeah,
Or maybe
once you would register, once you would register for a stay week, one of us, mostly my colleague Leela, would reach out to you, and there would be an orientation
right,
for these kind of questions, the coming questions, that what do we
right,
need to bring or what can we expect and things like that. So she will
right.
help you out. She will spend about half an hour, 45 minutes with your family to answer your questions and to help you
Excellent,
prepare. Yeah,
excellent.
we'll
Brilliant.
do
Thank
that.
you, Ratnesh. Cheers. Looking forward.
We Sure. We want everybody who's coming here to have a nice, deep, immersive experience so that your understanding of yourself, your child, and learning all these three happen in a much deeper way, which is why we say do your basic questioning here about open learning, about Aarohi right here. And then when you come, you can kind of have a nice experience with us. Yeah. So others also feel free, ask questions, especially about open learning, meaning Aarohi, yes, you can ask, but more importantly about open learning, because that's what we do at Aarohi. So yeah. And just don't confuse with the terms open learning, homeschooling, unschooling, free schooling, free education, open education. They are all synonyms, at least in our minds. So we don't bother using so many terms. We just like open learning. Mainly because it is not limited to when we say unschooling, homeschooling kind of looks like related to school going children. When we say open learning, we say 0 to 99 years. I'm an open learner. I do open learning. I know Shakila is an open learner, and I'm sure all of us are. So that's the whole idea, not limited by any age. So when you come here to the ROE campus, you would also be a learner. You would also be deciding what you want to do during the day, and you will be doing that. So there's no difference between, there are no children here, there are no parents here, there's only open learners here. Right. Thank you. Yeah, more questions, more thoughts. There are quite a number of people today in the call, so please go ahead, share your thoughts. I'm just looking, Purvi, Ovi, Piali, uh, Nandini, Girish, Deepa. Please go ahead, share, ask. That's the whole idea. And people who have already asked questions, you can ask more. Don't worry. You don't have to wait for others to ask. When they have a need, they will ask. So that's okay.
Hi, Ratnesh. Just another question. Are you all planning, I'm sorry, this is again related to open learning, but are you all planning to expand your operations beyond where you all are located? I mean, to other locations, maybe in this country or maybe outside? Are you in discussion with any international educational bodies? I just wanted to find out because I have, people that I'm working with internationally in education, and you are a perfect fit for, what you all are doing right now.
Okay, so the answer is a definite yes, but not maybe in the way normally it is done. So let me clarify that. What we would like is that different groups of people in different parts of the country and the world form their own communities, and we all can share notes and learn from each other. People have come here, experienced Aarohi, and then gone back and made their own learning community or learning group or whatever we want to call them. So we don't we don't directly work on more people starting it, but we are all the time wanting more people to start, maybe something in Darjeeling, maybe something in so many different cities and the world, absolutely. And we are more than ready, eager, and excited to support anybody. So if you know anybody who would like to connect, please help us connect. So that's one part of it. We are also, I don't know how much you know about Coversity, which is for the teenagers. And for that age group, we are actually trying to actively look for people who can start this kind of an initiative where the youth can do their journey. Especially a lot of youth struggle with, or not struggle in the sense of only, but they're rather uninterested or unexcited or unenthused by the whole education system. So they don't want to give exams. So they would rather spend their time doing what they really like rather than going to talk to people that why cannot this kind of co-versities mushroom in their own ways, in their own style, with their own names all over the country, and then youth can have something close by, rather than traveling far to Aarohi. So that's always core to our heart. So you have touched something which is core to us, and we would all the way want to support anybody, any group, any organization, any individual who would like to do this, and in whichever way we can. Uh, Apart from funds, we can support in any other way. We are ourselves a charitable trust, so we always look for funds, but we otherwise we with whatever understanding we have and whatever experience of last 20 21 years we have, we're more than ready to share that, which is why we have these meetups every Saturday, so that whoever needs whatever in whichever way we can contribute to anybody's thought process and journey. Yeah, we are there. Yeah. So definitely, please put me on. We can also have a separate call if they need that kind of a space, and we can do that. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Um, yeah, more thoughts. There are more people here in the group.
Hello. Yeah, hi,
Hi,
Rajat.
Navneet.
Yeah. Hi, all. I'm Navneet, actually. I'm father of two kids. One is age 4 and another one is age 8. Rajat, actually, I run a learning center for young kids in Bangalore. And we are doing some kind of activity like we are reusing the juice glasses, and there were a lot of palm tree has fallen from the next apartment to our campus, and we are potting and we are trying to sell it in neighborhood. Actually, we are engaging kids of age group 8 to 10 years. That is what we have as of now. So I would like to know your opinion about it. Should money get involved or not at this age? See, for me, it's fine, but I want to have your perspective also, for someone who is gone through this. Because we are trying to sell at this age, they are trying to sell 8 to 10 years. Basically our purpose is for them to see they can make best out of the west. And the second thing, the maths skill also comes into the picture when they try to sell it, negotiation, communication, little lot of things, even
You have already
counting.
answered your question.
Yeah, but
With so many benefits, why wouldn't you do it? It's
that
like
is
when
what.
it's raining, it's fun to dance in the rain. No? So it's raining palm saplings. So let's dance in that rain.
It's raining palm, and we have procured 2 tractors of cow dung manure also. That also
Superb.
we got very good response from the community, outside the community. Yeah.
See, that's the beauty of I would say just learning. Forget the word even open. Just learning that we always respond to what's happening in our life. Naturally, we respond to. If there's a hailstorm, all of us will leave this call and run out to see, oh, how are these hails falling on our rooftop and what is happening. So it's so natural to respond to what's happening in our life. And to me, that is what is education, when we respond to whatever is happening in our life. Yeah. Uh, so many of us learned what is a virus when Mr. Corona came along. Right? We might have learned it the hard way, I know. But any which ways, we learned what is a virus. And so many of us had never investigated this word virus beyond knowing it's something to do with disease. But then so many of us. So that's what life is. And why not? Meaning, money is just one little, you can say, part of our living. So why not?
Okay. Yeah.
And nothing like earning some money. Apart from all the things that you talked about, it gives everybody a joy when we see our efforts brought us some money.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, hi Ratnesh. This is Deepa, Girish's wife.
Yeah,
We
hi,
have a
Deepa.
son. He is in 6th standard now. Although he's going to the conventional school now, of course, as parents and as a child, he also kind of we noticed that it is not kind of attracting him and the kind of growth that we expect in a child. Not only in terms of study, but as a person itself also kind of we feel is lagging. And all the more because of this COVID online classes and things like that. So I was just noticing that you mentioned boredom is also something good, not to be always seen as bad. That is also something that we tried. But in this, more of this digital exposure that they have, what we have noticed is that if you just leave it for him to kind of explore what he wants to do, default and the always chosen choice is to just go watch YouTube shorts or videos.
Okay.
So that's something that is worrying us to, kind of, I mean, we currently do not know how to sort of make him, and if you directly just cut off it, then it will look like, very
Sure.
blunt. And you more than me, you might know, the moment you say don't do, they will want to do that more.
Sure.
So that's
Sure.
the challenge that we are facing, and not able to see which which direction we have to take, or if you could give us some ways that we can make him aware that this is not the only thing, because YouTube, even for us, I think we are also victims of that. When Facebook and all came, we also
Sure.
hours and hours we used to spend. But after a time, we realized and we could bring ourselves out of it. But here is a challenge actually. I mean, he kind of doesn't understand also. We tried to sit with him and make him understand, but still somehow it's not working out. So if you could help us with that, Ratnesh. So that's where we
Okay.
are also kind of worried if we pull out of the system, does it really work for us or not? That's also a big hesitation as parents we have, because it needs more time as from ourselves, as people explained. At least we should be there to even observe. And till now, whatever we have observed, this is what is happening actually. So if you could help us with that, Ratnesh, it'll be
Sure.
great.
So let me ask the group. There are quite a number of people here. So how would you respond to Deepa's situation? I would not say problem because I don't think there is a problem, but at least she has a situation. So how would you respond? So Deepa, just for everybody else, there are two parts to the whole thing. One part is that he's not enjoying, let's say, whatever else is regular he's getting, let's say, in the
Right.
school, I'm assuming. And on
Yes,
the
you are
other
right.
side, so his so-called boredom, he's channelizing it into
Right.
into, let's say, spending time with digital media. Yeah.
Right.
So there are
Right.
two
Right.
parts to it. Yeah. I'm just throwing it to the rest of the group.
Yeah.
What are your
And also
thoughts? Whether
one thing that I wanted to just add to is this pre-COVID, right? I mean, we have seen him doing certain things as people, explain now with their younger kids, like 3-year-olds, 2.5 years, and things like that. But only during this COVID time, because of too many online classes, it was, mostly that he was forced to that kind of
Sure.
what I would say, exposure or atmosphere or whatever I want to call. After that, this has become more actually. It's not that
Yeah.
right from the beginning the kid was like that. He was actually doing. I mean, if you I could understand what you told about boredom. So even if he don't go to play, he used to find something to engage himself. Either take building blocks or coloring. Color combination was he was too good at it actually. So we used to just buy him the books where already pictures are there and then you have to color. So he used to make very good combinations of colors in those this thing. But now that has also kind of this is the only thing.
Sure.
Analyzes his energy, time, everything. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm just inviting more people to respond to it.
So, I just have a question. So, Deepa, so since he moved from doing a lot of other things to digital media, do you think he might also move from this to something else?
I mean, I have not noticed any fruitful outputs, so to say, from what he's doing, in terms of watching those. I mean, is there any learning? Even if I consciously observe, I'm not kind of able to figure out, is there any fruitful output from that? I hope I answered your question.
I mean, that may be the phase, which phase where he is, or whatever, based on your observation. But my question was, he moved from somewhere to somewhere, that is from non-digital to digital. So do you think he may move on from watching whatever he's watching to something else? Can he change? Will he change?
Mhm. Okay, maybe I have not looked from that perspective. Maybe I can give that perspective and see once, Sakila, because it was always my worry that because I have seen both, how he used to be before, and I kind of attribute it to these online classes that happened in the last the 2 years of COVID actually. That's why maybe it's also my reset of my mind that he's only doing that. So, and learnings, that's what I have just tried to see if there is any learning. I mean, does he share, I watched this and this is how it is? And I mean, if at all you go out somewhere and then he kind of takes references to those videos, yeah, this is because of this only, it is happening like that, something like that. Something should come in some conversation. That is what is missing, is what I feel, Shakila. Because references to those videos do not generally or mostly does not come out in any conversation. So that's where I'm kind of not able to conclude that, yeah, there is some learning or there is some inclination. I mean, does he go beyond uh, what he's seeing and then wanting to do something? I mostly am seeing it that, I mean, it just watches and then just time goes on. That's the kind of
Sure,
observation I
sure.
have so far. Yeah.
Okay. Somebody else wants to add something. Yeah.
Hi,
Yeah, Barun. Yeah.
hi, can I contribute? I think this
Sure,
is an
sure.
issue. I think this may be an issue with, I think, the vast majority of all of us as parents on the planet. Um, all of us face this issue, including myself. In fact, my daughter is sitting and watching TV right now. So there are many ways to do it because we live in a digital age. Let's be very honest with ourselves. So um, if we can guide them and engage with them in order to find benefit from what they do and the time that they spend online, um, it will help because I think a lot of us also learn from a lot of things online. So our relationship with the online world is a very real reality right now. So first of all, maybe engage, with your child as to, what are they watching? Talk about it. So then you have communication skills over there. Let them be able to express themselves. Let them be able to, you know, um, communicate in visuals. That's a boon. Secondly, you can direct them so that if your child is interested in painting and drawing and coloring, there are videos which are there where a child can pick up, a lot of talent, a lot of new ideas, um, by directing them in a direction in which, because mainly out of boredom a child can watch anything just to be entertained. So either we're entertained or we use that time to benefit, to learn, to grow, to explore, to engage. And I think a constant engagement with the child is very necessary because the child also knows that you're interested in what they're doing. So there are multiple benefits, I think, for a parent and a child. It's just that we're also so busy with our lives and we're also so engaged with things online. So we need to prioritize. Then another thing is that, you can allow your child, I mean, I do it sometimes, so if you're good and if you do this, then you can watch television or something online, say for about half an hour, 2 hours, depending. So they also learn to be able to give and take. They understand that relationship as well. I think maybe that is another way. So there are different ways you've got to work out as to how your child responds. Not everybody's the same, but there are many
நான்
ideas,
அதை
and I
சரியா
think
கவனிக்கல. நான் இதெல்லாம் பண்ணிட்டு
so. Those are my thoughts. Thank you.
Thank you, Barun. More
Yeah.
people, Pranav, you want to share some thoughts?
Yeah, our daughter
Yeah,
also watches a lot of YouTube videos. Those are mostly about the recipes because she loves cooking. So she keeps, like what Varun was just mentioning, probably they get diverted to something, and it's a very practical source of learning and getting information. So I think we have to acknowledge it and we have to accept it that this is the age we are living in and this is what it is. Now, of course, there is a concern as a parent. So, of course, as a parent, probably we can talk and engage is what Barun was mentioning. So we can share our concerns and probably discuss if anything like addiction or something is there on your mind or something which kind of you foresee as in so you can have a and as understanding what he's watching, what aspect of the things that he probably, even if say he's watching a cartoon, what fascinates him, what is there inside that cartoon about the characters, about the emotions, about anything, maybe the way it's animated or XYZ, it could be anything. So we don't know at the what level he is watching it. We are just watching a particular gadget, that's it. But we don't know the content that he's watching it from what perspective. So probably that discussion can help, and from there you can channelize something, or not necessarily you channelize, you can guide him as to like this is also the possibility, we can work on this together or we can do something together. So that's what can be done. So and others way is also like one way, like as a family we had done once was uh, how are these videos made rather. So we used to go there and we used to discuss that. So like I initially started making short films with my daughter, doing some shadow art and capturing it, and then putting it on YouTube. It's a free source, so you can also put something. So that might excite him. So that might again make him doing more, probably seeing his own videos on YouTube. So that kind of excites a child probably. So I'm just saying these are the possibilities. I'm not saying this is the only way. So that is one way of doing something, as in you take him on the other side of the making part of it, and that can bring something out. So that is what I can just say.
Yeah, thanks, both Pranav and Parul. I think, yeah, the one aspect that I could grasp now with the discussions is that maybe first to start, I mean, we ourselves have to look at it as a positive thing first. I think from the, you know, that's which I mentioned, the preset of mind is maybe it's not good to be, too much of watching that. So maybe that if we change ourselves and start the conversation, maybe it might start building on. We will give a try. Thanks for your inputs. Thanks.
Yeah,
Just to extend to this.
yeah,
Okay,
Pranav, go ahead. No, go ahead, Pranav.
just to extend this, like say if my daughter was wanting to watch movies and she loved movies, so we would watch movies together and we would discuss movies together. So at times it is she who decides which movies to watch. Then we discuss the movie. Then I say, come on, let's watch what I want to watch. So that's how the partnership and a relationship kind of develops. Then probably I guide her. Okay, probably you can watch IMDb rated this and above, because otherwise you are just wasting probably the time. This is what that thing is, norm is. So then she also realizes over the period of time, because she watches 10 movies, of which certain ratings are less, and what was the her learning out of those movies, or what was her experience of the movie, not learning, experience. So and that probably comes through. So now she also picks the movies which are like +7. She doesn't waste time like less than 6, something like that. So I'm not saying all +7 are good or anything less than +7 is bad. I'm just kind of. So these are the different ways we can kind of work with the
child. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah.
The one bit that I would like to add, actually two bits. One bit is that uh, when I let go of this whole anxiety or this anxiety only, I guess is the right word, of that, oh, the child is only doing this, or you see, that's a very disturbing lens to me as a parent. Yeah, it makes my mind very disturbed if I am looking at anybody, not just the child, anybody from that lens that, oh, he or she is always on this or whatever. Everything starts, my hormones start running in all different directions.
Yeah.
And then even if I do try 50 other things, which I read in 50 other meetups or websites or wherever, it doesn't work. Because then I'm two things. One is I am in a state of mind which is not at peace. And two, I'm trying to get an end result which doesn't exist. I would say first let's bring in that peace in ourselves. It's like if there is some garbage in my mind, I need to let go of that, throw it out in the dustbin and say, no, this isn't helping me, nor it's helping all the interactions with my child. So I would say whatever Barun has said, Shakila has said, Pranav has shared, or anybody else shares with you now or later will go to waste if we are coming from an anxious state of mind. But if the same discussion, the same expansion that Pranav was talking about, or the same doing together that Barun was talking about, if we do it with a peaceful state of mind, I'm doing it for the joy of doing whatever I want to do, not for solving a problem because there is no problem. Then it's a totally different way of doing it. Then we come across. So we have a saying, push children, for that matter, push anybody in this world, but push without expectations. Right. The moment you do it without expectation, it's no more a push. It's something fun to do or something fun to enjoy. Right. And that is something. So that expectation has to come out of your of our system, and then it becomes very easy. Yeah. Then whatever we say, the other person is able to receive it because we aren't coming loaded with our anxieties and expectations and stuff like that. Yeah. So that is one perspective. The other thing I would, which kind of Pranav also touched about, I thought Burun also touched about it, but I want to give it a name, is co-create with your child. So just to give you an example, it's only an example, you don't have to copy it. What I would do is I'll possibly sit every day in the morning or maybe the previous night and say, what do you want to do today or what do you want to do tomorrow? For example, if I'm sitting in the night. And I don't know, the child may say, I don't know what I want to do. I don't know. So I would say, okay. And if let's say today is the first day and the child says, I don't know 10 times, I would say, okay, we'll see. We'll again come back to this question tomorrow. So again, tomorrow we'll sit at the same time, let's say dinner time or early mornings, 8 o'clock, breakfast time, and say, what do you want to do today? And let's say slowly, the child will start coming up with what he wants to or she wants to do. Whatever he or she wants to do. Plus, she knows that invitation of what you want to do today is open throughout the day. So even at 1 o'clock in the afternoon or 4 o'clock in the evening, the child can come to us, this is what I want to do. Now, that becomes our co-creation. And slowly, it's a co-creation. So it's not just that he is creating. Slowly, I'll come in with this. I am doing this. Would you like to join me? Okay, the child may say no for the next 41 days. Who cares? 42nd day, he might say, you are doing this. I want to join you. Now, that's the whole idea. When we start co-creating our lives, then it becomes that invitation that this day as a treasure is in front of you starts growing on them. Then they start thinking of the day and start thinking of what they would like to do or achieve today or what would they like to immerse themselves in. Now, one more important thing in this co-creation is that even if the child says, I don't know what I'm going to do today, or the child stays quiet, or the child says, no, I don't want to do anything today, I would say, okay, let me share what I'm going to do today. So I will go through my day's list, whether it's a time-based list or it's my, whatever list of things or whatever plans I have. I will share my day. I will share my day in the morning. And in the evening, I will again in the dinner share, okay, I had shared this list. This is how my day went. This is what went well. This is what went flop. This was a failure. This I couldn't do. This I was distracted. I watched YouTube videos or whatever I did. And I will share a genuine analysis of my day. And then I will again share my plan tomorrow. Right? When I start sharing my day and my reflection of the day, then the child understands, sees live example of how somebody can think about his or her day and go about doing what he or she likes to. And it's always a mix of success and failures. It's always a mix of focus as well as unfocused activity. It's always a mix of distractions and accomplishments and so on. Like, then it's not about the child, but it's about life.
Yeah.
Because when we are too much focused about I have to fix the child's life, then it's no more about life. It becomes about our fixing. But when it's
correct.
about how each one of us wants to do, and so in Aarohi, what we do is obviously we have the advantage that we have a larger group and we are like a big joint, you can call it like a joint family or whatever. Most of us sit together in the morning and discuss, hey, who is doing what, who is doing what. So everybody gets into that state of mind of, okay, this is what different people are doing. Oh, I also need to think what I want to do. Initially, they would not say what they want to do, but slowly, they will start coming. And maybe Shakila can give example of how initially her younger one would not say anything. And it is not a journey of a day or a week or a month. It's possibly years, no, Shakila? So please share that would help.
Yeah, it took like few years to come to a phase where he is. But yes, doing with him, like Ratnesh was mentioning, me doing and then giving him that space. Sometimes when he comes, I have to also accommodate that of doing co-creating with him, not like taking, okay, this is not your job. I will take care of it. So doing along with him has actually taken him out of that space. So he now knows, okay, he has only 30 minutes of screen time per day, 2 to 2:30 in the afternoon. So that is the only time. So that's how he works. And that's the case for my other son also. So he has also been, so every week he has been going to campus for like now more than 2 years, 2.5 or so. So weekend when he comes, he'll be like, okay, when is my TV time? What are we going to watch? So, but this week is something different, which I observed. So he has something, he's planned for something for the next from Monday for 4 days. He has planned for a workshop. So he was like, okay, what are we supposed to do? What am I supposed to plan for? How am I going to talk in the workshop? What are we supposed to buy? Where can we go and buy? And so that is the planning. Usually I ask the Saturday planning, but this time it was like he was telling the planning. He also wants to watch. So when they get onto something, they will get onto it. But yes, sometimes they get bored and watch TV. So I was also thinking like, how was I when I was a child and when I was watching? So um, when I was watching TV or I was listening to songs, I would literally go inside the radio and listen to the lyrics. But my mom never actually poked into my space. It's me poking. So sometimes a lot of things help me evolve actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I used to sit and watch TV for hours. I mean, so just come on weekends from college and then watch TV. They never used to tell anything. But yes, after that, when I had to do something, yes, I was on top of that and I was doing it. So maybe and co-creating and evolution and trust and all those, helps.
Yeah.
Discussion, a
Thank
lot
you.
of
Thank
more
you so much.
discussion actually. A lot of discussions helped. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much. I think we will, start. I think first, as Ratnesh mentioned, we should not be, worried so much. I think once our mind is at peace, I think maybe things will start falling in place. Thank you. Thank you. It was, what to say,
Please also
eye-opener for ourselves
realize that
as well. Yeah.
Please realize that the child is as let me put it this way. Okay, this is what I think. Okay, please forget the sentence that I said. Okay, what I believe is that the child is perfectly capable being to figure out things. He's as wise as I am wise, and he is as intelligent as he or she is as intelligent as I am, as capable as I am, still not as conditioned as I am. I am more conditioned than
Right.
as if more polluted than him, and has a good sense of himself or herself. Now, if you agree with this, then what happens is we are ready to blossom these very important ingredients of ourselves, our own wisdom, our own thinking, our own analysis of ourselves, our own understanding of life itself. Now, if I can offer that to the child, in the sense, by offering, I mean, I don't intervene in that, not like that, but more in terms of as a belief system for myself. If I believe this way, then I can offer it to the child. I may still interfere. I may still say a lot of things. I may still shout, scold, whatever I want to do. Please go ahead, do whatever you want to do. But you're coming from a perspective that he is or she is capable to think, to be, to discern, to judge, to evaluate, to make decisions, and so on. And all of these things are the key to life. So I would rather that he develops these more and more, and these blossom in him more and more. Right.
Yeah.
So, so I
Right.
am saying, when I start looking at children this way, then there is the anxiety part is not there. But everything else is there.
Yeah.
I will shout also, fight also, scold also, joke also, push also. I will do all of those things. But I'm coming from a
Yeah.
state of mind which is not necessarily expecting or driving them, because I know that when they drive themselves, even this decision that I want to, even this watching of videos, when they come back and say it was fun, I think it was the best thing I did whole day. I watched video. I mean, even that will come to an analysis themselves. That is the beauty of it. If we can wait on them. Yeah. So we have two possibilities. Either we can wait, or we can weigh on them, with our expectations, we can weigh on them,
Yeah.
as
Yeah.
in the kiddie way. So, yeah, I think usually they come around in a much more beautiful ways when they know that here is a person whom I can actually share without the fear of getting their own, anxieties onto me. So that's the big thing. So open learning in that sense is less about what somebody is doing, but more how are we understanding, each other at a fundamental level. Am I thinking, no, I only know what is right and wrong, and the child isn't, or the other way around? Then it won't work.
Yeah. Yeah.
In fact, that it won't work in any scenario. It's not about
Right.
it's
Right. I
actually
think
not so
I'm
much
waiting.
about open
Right.
learning or unschooling or schooling or whatever. Then it's only a one-sided thing, kind of.
Right. Right. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thanks all. Thank you.
Yeah, we've actually gone. I think this was a very important, although this was your scenario, but your sharing your scenario, I think, made us explore this very important aspect of our understanding of children and our understanding of ourselves, how we look at children. So in a way, thanks to you, we have come to almost at the end. Uh, we can see Shampas. We have a new participant with us. Okay. So thank you, everybody. We usually pause at 6:30. We are there. We might not be there the next Saturday, 30th, 31st. First, we are kind of having a holiday. So next Saturday, we'll take a break, but then we'll be back from the first Saturday of January, which should be 6th, I think, and then onwards regularly. Yeah. So we'll pause here, and we'll be there again. And so bye-bye, everybody. Have a great goodbye to this year, and welcome to the next year, and have a nice holidays. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye. Thanks.
Bye.